Okay, and we should now be live. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's live stream, where I'm going to attempt to make a kind of inverse kinematics effect using geometry nodes. Now, should you attempt this? No. I'm doing this because I essentially want to make my own version of a rig, but with physics and all that good stuff. So we'll see if this works. It may be convoluted, it may be way more trouble than it's worth, but I want to try it because just maybe it will lead to interesting rigs in the future, and maybe procedural creatures, we will see. So yeah, that's the story for today. I want to make like a leg like this, where you reposition one of the points, and then the rest of it just follows suit. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll see if it works, but yeah, it'll be interesting. So I'll start with the simplest method first, and then we'll try to make it more complex as we go along. But first is the concepting stage. So I'm going to make it so that this one vertice, I can just move it around, maybe with an armature. Though I want it so that... let me think about this a little bit more. So, I was thinking of a few ways of making this work. One, where you just have an edge. Let's dissolve vertices. You just have an edge that's doing its own thing, maybe from a procedural creature, because we want to do that kind of procedural lifestyle, shall we say. But we have a singular edge that's just doing its thing, and then we make our little joint here. Then that joint goes to where this is, where it properly should be, and then depending on how big it is, it will compensate for that. So that is the goal. So let's see if we can make this work. So first of all, to make this function kind of as I want, I'm just going to set up our kind of base deformation for our 3-point joint here, but I want the top to be at 1, just to see. So let's get started on the geometry node section, and again, hopefully it works, but we'll see if that turns out to be the case. I'm not going to be spending more than an hour on that. Well, we'll see if I spend more than an hour on this. Okay, so I'm going to convert the mesh to curve, there we go, and then I'm going to instance on points. There we go, let's turn snapping on, you know the classic deal. So, I want it so that only the start point is spawned on, so end point selection. Yeah, I just want that to be like that. And then I want this to look at the first point in the curve and try to make it so that it's all scaled properly. You know the drill. Okay, so how do we do that? I need to remember. How do we do that? Let's see. Actually, do I even need... I need to think about this one. Because if we just keep it as an edge, we can use vertex... edge vertices node. Because here we can get the indices and the positions, which that's what we need, the positions. And then we just... yeah, that... we might not even need curves in this case. It might be simpler to do it that way, so hey, let's do that. First of all, let's put in that other thing where it's just the start points. There we go, nice little trick right there. And then I want to do a subtract node like this so that we can align the Euler to vector. Let's have this as the vector. This is just so that we can place our... Whoa. Oh, I put it into scale. Whoopsie. So this means it'll be pointed in the right direction, but now we want it to be scaled in the right place as well. So to do that, I just need to get the length and plug that into here. So we should see that it is working. But there's a slight issue, as you may have picked up on by now. If we do this, it just scales, you know, that it's not accurately doing the IK stuff. So that's going to be the difficult part, the part that we will try to fix semi-procedurally, hopefully entirely procedurally. An IK system that'll just work where it won't scale like that, it'll try to automatically compensate. So let's give that a go. First of all, let me just go and get the first part of this. Yeah, I can just go and do that. So that's just getting our mesh, our leg mesh there. Yeah, that should be fine. Should I? Yeah, let's just put in a main instance. So this will be only start point, and this is rotation slash scale. So you may be wondering, wait, why am I doing it this way? That's so that I can have multiple versions of this and it still shows up. Why? I am now confused as to why it's not doing it. Oh, we have edge vertices, index 1, if that's equal to that index. If that doesn't work, then we have a problem. Oops. Control H. Let's go and try out this one. Huh. Take a look. Oh. And because attributes don't show up on edges, which I'm very happy about, we can't visualize that. Let's see, but why would it show up on the first one, but not the other ones? It should be functioning as intended. We have each one is its own edge, so why would that not work? Tell me. Well, dang it, do I have to use the curve method? I don't want to, but if we want to have multiple of the legs doing their thing, then I think we might have to. Alright, I guess I'll try the curve method. So, here, I'll just keep this one, so this will be test 1. I'll go and duplicate it so that we can have that one in the back in case we need to bring it back. So let's use the curve method, so this will be endpoint selection. This will be start size, so we should see, oh, if I convert this to curve. Is the music too loud, by the way? I hope it's not. So if we do this, there we go. Now we can see that those are all spawning, except I need to spawn it in like that. And now we just need to get the endpoints of the, let's see. Wait. Offset, point, and curve. Okay, this won't be, it'll be a little bit of a hassle, but it's, gotta do it. Okay, so I need to evaluate at index. Yeah, this isn't too bad. It's just annoying that the other one didn't want to work, but I don't want to mess with the topology nodes. Those ones are always a pain in the buttocks. So with this, if we hook it back up, we should see that it is working again. So not this. Whoa. Oh, my patience is already growing rather thin. We've barely even started. Offset, point, and curve. Does that? Oh, okay, that works. Never mind, we're good. We are good. Okay, so it's more nodes, but it works. Now, one of the issues is, let's see, if it's on the endpoint, it would just, oh, it would go to the next one in the list, but we don't want that. If we wanted to fix this, we would have to check if it's a valid offset and then switch to the original index, but in this case, it's fine. In this case, it's fine. Okay, so now that we have that, we need to store some data with our leg template. So this will be our template. So this will be a leg, or IK template, because this could be used for things other than legs. So what we want to get next is the distance from one point of the curve to its next one, but also the length from this point of the curve to its previous one, so that we can get those constraints. And we want to do that before it's kind of instanced on there. So this will, wait, oh, I need to label this big node here. Here, let me just put that in there. This will be, template on curve. Yeah, that's the best way. It just turns the curved lines, or, yeah, they turn, wait, huh? Come on, what's up? Hello? Oh, the viewer. Oh, there we go, okay. Slow start, but we'll get there. We will get there. It's 10 minutes, and we've barely gotten to part 1. Yay! That's why these are live streams and not tutorials. But here we go. We have, it puts the templates where these are, and now it's time to store the aforementioned data. So I need to get the index of the next and the index of the previous. So doing that will be similar to what we did here. We just need to do this, and then we need to use a switch node that'll switch between the offset index and the current index if it is invalid. So if we use index here, this will get the next one in the chain of command, shall we say. And then it'll just go back to the original index if it's invalid. So let's just go and store that there. This will be integer. But I just remembered that the indices will be completely messed up after I realize the outputs here, which we will have to do. So, shoot. Maybe we can just, yeah, I guess we're just gonna store the length, which, yeah, we'll just have to do that. Okay, so we'll make this a length, and this will be, length previous, yeah, previous, and previous, not prex, previous, and then length next. Okay, so this will be next. Yeah, that's not ideal, but hey, we gotta do it. So maybe I should make a few node groups to make this easier. Let's evaluate at index here, because we're going to need to do a lot of these kinds of position comparisons and such. But, yep. I'm hoping to make this a regular... Actually, wait a minute. Wait. I'm thinking currently. I could just store the rest position, and then I can just reference the lengths later on. Yeah, no, that... I think that would be a better way of doing this. Okay, so we will need to do this kind of thing eventually, so I'll just keep that on hand. But I'm just going to store the original position. So, I'll have this be rest underscore, no. Rest position. You don't do, like, the no caps underscores, because the Blender devs do that, and I do not want this to in any way affect original nodes. There we go. This is a better version, easier to do, it just, you know, does its thing. So now I want to try to make those constraints work, because the thing is, eventually, I want to put physics into this, that's why I'm doing it. Because with armatures, if you want IK stuff to do its thing, that's easy, because there are nodes built in for that. But if you want physics, you can't quite do that with bones, just yet. So I'm going to try to do that. Store data, we just want that. Okay. So we have the templates done, kind of. Wait, what? Why would that affect other nodes? So, Blender, with geometry and modifiers, they store named attributes. Some of them... It's a bit weird, but some of them store named attributes. One of them, with, say, armatures, is the rest underscore position, no caps, which stores the armature in its default pose, or the mesh in its default non-deformed pose, which is really useful later on. The problem is that, if I were to put this into there and it's not like 100% accurate data, it'll be a little iffy. let me also, here, let me have this at different states, but all of these are kind of, you know, close to the kind of 0, 0 area, just to test. Okay, so we want multiple versions of the 3-point leg doing their thing, and now we have to do the IK constraints, or at least IK-like. It won't be completely accurate, but it'll be accurate enough. Okay. So. Let me just do this here, because I'm going to be swapping this out with the rest position attributes. Okay, so I'm going to set it up so that we have the repeat zone, because we'll need multiple iterations like regular IK, at least I think. If we add in a little armature just to go and check this out. Bone collections, those are a nice thing in 4.0. That is a reason to upgrade to 4.0. Oh, I have the wiggle bone armature because I was testing out what kind of physics can be done with that. Because with mechanical creatures, they're heavy. I want them to actually look like they're weighted, but automating the process. But this isn't good enough for what I need. So that's why I'm making this. Would it be easier to try to hack that add-on into place? Yeah. Am I going to do that? No. Okay, so if we put an IK inverse kinematics thing right here, we can see that there's an iteration count. 500. I don't know how it's that fast, but it is. So maybe I'll do it on this one, maybe not, we will see. But the thing is, the repeat zone may be necessary in this, so I will just keep that in mind. But here's the gist. So let's use a set position node. So here we have this, but the lengths, they are not like the original right here. So the goal is to make it so that the lengths have to be correct. So one way I plan on doing this is to say, hey, get the curve vectors, the current vectors to their previous and next, normalize them. Sorry, I'm rerouting in my brain. And then we scale them to the designated version. So if we do this, excuse me. Okay. Now why would it be doing absolutely nothing? The point is offset. If it's valid, yeah, that happens. So why are you doing absolutely nothing? Yeah, that part works. Here, let's go and check this version. And of course, we can't see the actual attributes because the devs did not implement the curve rendering on the edges. The attribute rendering that's used for curves, it would work on edges, I would assume, but unfortunately, we don't have that technology. So it's getting the index of the next one, so why is it not? So that does work. And then that does not, wait, what? Scale. Offset point and curve. Oh, that's because this is not a curve. I forgot about that. So, let's just make it to a curve. I forgot about that. Store data on curve. There we go. On curve. There we go. Debugging. Oh, and now we can see the attributes. Isn't that wonderful? Man, wow. It really spelled it out for me, didn't it? Okay. So now that we have that normalized, we can now make sure that there's a set offset from the previous one. So this ensures that at least on the first one, there will be a distance of 1 meter, and then that will be 1 meter, and that will be 1 meter. The problem is we want this to be also referencing the length between the rest position. So we can go and reference the rest position version of that, so that we don't have to copy too many nodes. So this is current curve vectors. And then this one will be rest curve vectors. And this will be rest curve vectors. So this will be next index. There we go. So now I could just switch this to distance because we won't need the other parts. They should be fine. So there we go. And now we should see, maybe we'll need to subtract this so that it doesn't move towards it. Yeah, I might need to actually invert it. So instead of inverting the vectors that I could do by just swapping those two around, I think I will go and just multiply this by -1. Just cuz. So if we do that... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I need to... Instead of offsetting it, I need to actually add it, which means that, oh, I won't need that multiply. So we take the previous position, make sure... Yeah, okay. Yep. Position. Subtract. There we go. So now this should be closer to the end result. Oh, the ones here should always be matching because they're 1-to-1. But if I do this and we compare the before and after, they should be closer, but they're not accurate. As we can see, they're not matching up with the endpoints right here. That's because I want this effect to only work on things that are not the endpoints of the curve. This is why we need iterations, because we're comparing before, after, before, after, before, and after. Okay, so now if it's not, that'll do that. So it'll be closer, but not exact, as we can see here. It's like that, and then it's like that. That's why I kind of want the repeat zone, but we're still not done. Here, let's go and check this. Because if we turn up the iterations, as we can see, it gets to be almost completely correct. And I guess... Like here, let's give this a whirl real quick. Because if we do this, we'll see that it's mostly working. And you may be wondering, wait, why am I not just doing it forward like I did yesterday with the gears? I want it to go both ways so that it'll accurately compensate. Because as we can see here, it's not quite right. I want it to work on both. So, yeah. So I need to think a little bit about all of this. Because I need, I'm doing the next index, but I also need the previous index as well. So let's go and bring this back. So now we have the previous one working as well. And then I need to... Let's see. Position, and that sets the position, but what if we want it to be the offsets? Let's see now. This is my first, big step into using actual iterations for things rather than trying to do in just one step for speed. But I will, I'm testing. I am testing. So, in order to... I want to have... Ooh, yeah, this is a little tricky. So, I could just feed this into here, and then... put that into that, and then maybe it would function as intended. Like here, if we do this... Nope, it's giving the exact same results. So we might have to get a little more fancy with this, which I know you all are very happy about, and so am I. Making this a lot more fancy, more complex. It's amazing. But now we're going to switch that to be an offset in the position. Is this a mistake? Okay. Well, I'm gonna put this into a frame. So this will be... set... Wait, no, set length to parent. Yeah, that's the best I can label it at this current time. So we put that into there, this into there, that into there. Then to make it local, we do this. And do we just add both of them together and then just call it a day? So let's see how it changes between this and this version. Oh, shoot. I'm subtracting from the... Oh, wait, yeah, these are offsets. There we go. So if we do this, okay, we can see that we're getting somewhat better well, okay, not better, but that's why the iterations come into play. Okay. I was hoping it would actually kind of work. But here it's just going do. Do we need more iterations? No. It seems like it does not want to. And the scale is not functioning correctly either. What am I really, really missing? Maybe there's a better way of doing this. There's probably a much, much better way. Because if I set it to be like 50 iterations, here it's like, oh, normal, but no, then it freaks out. So if we do this, like that one works better, but not great, because it really puts the emphasis on the ones later on in the string, which I don't really want. They will stay, as we can see here. Or maybe this is alright, if I'm being honest. Maybe that is alright. Like, we just do that. Oh no, that is definitely not alright. It's just like, up, 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 up. Nope. So, yeah, it's... I'll keep it from getting smaller, but it getting bigger is not great. There's another there's another idea that I have in my head. Where I find the midpoint between the two and I keep trying to keep them, like, the distance between the halfway point consistent. But how do I make that work for the previous and... Well, no, that would... Actually, do I just... Oh, is the problem because... Oh, am I just... Should I just divide them both before adding them? So let's just scale them both by 0.5 before adding them, and let's hope that it works. Let's see. Oh, that seems to work a lot better. Huh. Okay. It is 50 iterations, so just keep that in mind. Okay. Now, the stretching. If it goes above that, then the stretching will not be great. Okay then, well, let's set it to 5 iterations. Ooh, yeah, 5 iterations seems to be a bit too little. Okay, so if we flick through the iterations, it's do-do-do-do-do-do, and then it just gets closer and closer. Actually, I want to see the errors in the regular IK when I do that. Like this... It looks like we're getting there. Like, we can see that that's happening. Interesting. So, I could just use a mix node in order to, and yeah, oddly enough, that would actually function. It would actually function. And actually, if I mix both of these, then put it into just the position input, would that give a similar result? Yep, it would. Okay. So, I could just go and chop out all that, and we would be in business. But I'm not sure if it's the correct kind of business. We have that here. What happens if we lean off to the side? Oh, yeah, that actually doesn't seem too bad. Wow, okay. With that one. But it does seem like we're still having a few issues where, like, once it, like... Oh, but that actually prevents IK snapping, which is interesting. It looks like it does work. So it's like that, and then like that. But it will start to stretch when it gets close to the end. So, the good news is that IK snapping is no more. Yay! The bad news... Interesting. Maybe that's why they had 500 iterations? Because if we do that, Like the IK here. What if we were to set this to 500? I'm worried about... Oh, it's lagging. Oof. Yeah, I don't know what secret sauce they put in, the other thing, but man, do we not have that here. Yeah, it's not the right algorithm. But it seemed like 15 iterations is good enough. Like, oh no, not 15, maybe more like 30. I'll need to look into the proper things, but this is functional. I can chop that out. Interesting. Interesting. I'll need to look into actual... I did a quick Google search before this to see what the papers were like. As we can see... Like, if we have this... Actually, what if we put in more segments? So let's... Oh, goodness. So it won't hold its original shape. But let's just try something along these lines. So if we do that, more chains... I don't know, it's working decently. I just want to know why... There must be a problem with the mixing. Like, on one hand, Here, let me go and undo that. Like, I probably should put the new position into the, this one here, so that we can do it all in kind of one swoop. It would probably make it better. But I also need to make it... more testing is necessary. I'll use another switch node to make it so that if it's on the endpoints, it'll be the regular position. Let's see, if end is true, then I'll do that. So this may give us better results. Okay, as we can see, it's giving us better results, but not interesting. No, they seem to be pretty standard. Oh, wait. Oh, and I could just put this into here and... Oh, wait. No, but that's to... Nope. Here we go. So that seems to be what works. And then we just iterate on that. But I'm still a little, I don't know. I still feel like it's not right. Well, I know it's not right. It's not actual IK stuff. But it's functional. And maybe functional is all we need. We're already at 32 minutes, so... You know what? Functional... I think that's good enough. Good enough for us. And then... Yeah. Let's see... Like, I'm wondering, there is the blur attribute node, but that doesn't do, like, the before and after comparison that I'm trying to do. So the question is... How would I actually... No, that does seem to be the best way of doing it. I'm pretty sure. At least... without looking up the actual papers on it. It seems to function until we get to there. And then we also have the problem of, like, it will clip through itself, but that's fine. So that means if I were to go and make a system where, you know, the creature has to walk along, which I do have systems for that, I can do that. So, you may be wondering, okay, you got all this working, so, why? Why did you do this? Well, the reason is that I want to make it so that when it does, like, step down, there's actual physics happening. Like, it'll try to, you know, do all the offsets and such. So that's the plan. It's the plan. Okay, let me go and label this. This will be curve constraint. Again, this is not a great way of doing it, but it's the best way I currently know how. Which is a little unfortunate, but oh well. I know iterations have to happen, but I should look up the paper. Probably should have done that beforehand for multi-stage inverse kinematics, but that's fine. All right. So, yes, the simulation side. So, one thing I should do is have an empty so that we can actually move these endpoints here. Which, actually, I could just make it so that the endpoints do get moved. So, again, this part would be offset by any number of... Actually, wait a minute. Here, let me just put this up here. So that's a curve beforehand. So the curves will be moved around by any sort of mechanisms that I create. I want them to be offset by said empty. I can make it so that they have to go to that empty's location. There we go. Or, oh, actually, wait, that's not too bad. Like, you can already see the kind of multi-stage, you know, it looking more quadrupedal than before. So yeah, interesting. So we can see it looks a lot more like an actual creature. In the end, I want this to be kind of a robot creature. I've been playing quite a bit of Horizon Zero Dawn recently, so I'm taking, you know, just a little bit of inspiration from all of that. But yes, we now have that, and we're... I should stop talking because we have what is that? 24 minutes? Quickly going down to 23 and so on. Okay, so the physics side. I should make this a node group, which is just, hey, curve constraints, because, you know, that would be good. So I should really do that. So that I can offset it with the velocity, do the curve constraints, recalculate the velocity, and then let it be on its way. Could be a good idea. Yeah, let me make this into a node group. So this will be group, wait, I need to go node, make group, and hopefully, with the repeat zone in it, it does not crash, I hope. I'm going to leave it as a black box for now, so that I could go in and it'll edit for everything I have it on now. This will be curve constraints. There we go. And it's referencing the rest position, so maybe I should have that as an output there. No, I'll put in the outputs later. But having that there will be important. Now let's add in a simulation zone. And I should probably go and save the file, so please wait during the intermission while I go and save the file. So this will be ik test 4.1 ik test. GeoNodes ik test. So 4.1 gn ik test. Lots of letters. Nice. Okay, now we're back. So now it's time for the fun part, the actual simulations. So this should be fairly straightforward with one caveat. So first of all, we need to make it so that when here, let's set up a little base animation so that the empty can move. This will be way too big, but way too big of movements. But as we can see, it doesn't update while the empty's moving around. That, believe it or not, is 100% expected. Because when you start up a simulation, everything gets frozen in that state. The geometry does not change as it goes through, or any data. It just gets looped around again and again. Nothing gets brought in. So we need to manually bring that in. So if I use the sample... Actually, wait. I'm just going to test if it is possible to bring in... No, it's... Okay, never mind. This is the way to bring in outside data. Funny thing, the sample index node and the evaluate an index node both have the same they both have the same computation time, as long as, you know, you're doing on the same object, same number of indices and such. So even though this is more nodes and it feels heavier, it's actually not that heavy. It's the same heaviness as it would be normally. Okay, so now we have that, and if I were to set the position, it would update. So just to showcase that, we can do that, and we could also do a mixed value so that we can dampen the offsets. There we go. But we can see that as well, the IKs are functioning as intended as well, which is good. But we want to make this a velocity-based system. So let's go and do that. So let's store a named attribute. This will be vel, you know the drill. We've done this a million times. Let's see. Imagine making a muscle simulation in GeoNodes. It's possible, but I think that needs an accurate definition of what a muscle system is. With films and such, muscle systems are a soft body simulation where you basically have a ton of muscle shapes inside of the body. And then you use those muscle shapes with a soft body simulation on top of it in order to deform the skin, the surface of an object, or a creature in most cases. So that is possible in Blender. You just need to set up the muscle shapes, put on the soft body stuff and all that, and then make the skin either a cloth or a soft body thing, add collision, and then it would work. You don't need GeoNodes for that. You could do that in Blender. The reason that most people don't is because it's such a large amount of work. You need to add in the skeleton so that those collisions are correct. Then you need to add in the accurate muscle groups. And then you need to, well, the simple part, if you have pre-made physics nodes for it, is adding in the soft body sims, making sure the weights are okay so that, you know, the parts that are attached to the bone are correct, and then making it so that the skin essentially just gets deformed by that. So since we already have the pre-built-in tools, not that bad. Okay. Oh, also, this is I need to get the offset to the current position so that we can apply it essentially as a velocity, a force. Why are you not... There we go. I need to copy that 3 times. That keeps happening, and I don't know why. And if I do, I will make another bug report. I recently made a bug report about the view layer attributes. Unfortunately, it hasn't been looked into yet. It needs triage still. Oh my god. Okay, so a few things. We can see that it is functioning. It's just not functioning well. And you may be wondering, wait, why is it not functioning well? Well, the reason for that is that the velocity is incorrect. After the constraints, after the position gets set, the velocity stays the same. We don't want that. We want the velocity to change based on the constraints that we gave it. So we need to do a velocity recalculation. So this will be, apply velocity. So we need to do a simple velocity recalculation. So we can do this in a few ways, but the best way is just to store the position before any offsets, and then compare that to it after the fact. So there we go. So this will be old position. There we go, and then we need to compare that to the new one. So let's have a new set velocity node, get the position, and then subtract that from the old position. Or we might have to do vice versa, not entirely sure. So we need old position, set that to be a vector, plug that into there, plug that into there. So now we should see that it's at least better. The top of it is still wobbling, which needs to be fixed. Actually, I could just make it so that it just won't work on anything that's not the endpoints. So not. There we go. So if we do that, we can now see... Oh, dang it. Okay. Well, I'll have to do another set position pass. So, yeah. Do I put the pinning? Like, what parts are actually pinned? I could use a mix node and then just say, hey, go to the target position rather than the velocity, which actually that might be a good idea. Okay, let's just make it a little bit simpler. We'll just go up and straight up pin the ends to be the accurate versions. Okay. So this is the re-evaluate velocity. So recalculate velocity. We have 15 minutes left in the stream, and I really want to get to working on the design of the stuff, of the actual mechanical parts of this. But maybe that won't be great. Okay, so this is just the pin ends part, so let me label that. This will be, I'll put this underneath. There we go. This will be pin ends. Do you remember when colored node spaghetti happened, the lines? I remember when that was being implemented, when they first proposed it, and it was so good. It was amazing. This will be target position. Or no, let's label, yeah, target. Yeah, good enough. Target position, and then that's changed into an offset. This seems good enough for me, and then we can just do that. Excuse me, you're not supposed to be, the start point is not supposed to be doing that. Do I need to redo the cache? I know, it should be offset 100% correctly now. Why is it not? Hold position. Yeah, no. What am I missing? What did I screw up? I set that to be negative. Yeah, that's not right. So the offset is correct. Endpoint is working as intended. I just make it so that the tops are not offset whatsoever. Oh no, wait, not, yeah. Let's do the check here. So that works. But why does the switch not work? Oh, no, dang it. I was just a little bit of a dum-dum right there. If the endpoint is true, then we switch that. I kept thinking that, yeah, okay. There we go. Now, as we can see, it's working, but the joints are also having a little bit of wobble. Now, it's a bit much, so I should tone it down by a bit. Let's see. Well, I could also turn up the... Oh, and it is also a little bit of an issue that I may have to do the curve constraints beforehand as well. Unless... Wait, what if I just make it so that... Ooh, oh, no. Oof, that is rough. Okay, that's why we keep the original stuff in there, so that it'll at least try to go back to its original shape. Now, I could go and put the curve constraints beforehand, so that it goes from that into something more like this, so that we can have this constraints before and after, and I'm also just going to take this opportunity to track how expensive... Yeah, it's 1.5 milliseconds, that's... I should find a better way of doing the IK stuff, but for now, it's decent enough. So now it will look like the character is made out of jelly, which, oddly enough, is partly what I want to do. Like here, if we redo it. There we go. I want it to look like it's heavy. So if I were to go and scale up the animation and do that, it would be, let's see. Actually, 0.25. Here, let's go in. I should turn the cache off because I keep forgetting in 4.0 and 4.1 that bug is fixed, where if you turn off the cache, it just breaks. But then again, we do have the other bug where sometimes if you control Z, simulation nodes will just break. So yeah, it's still a little... The curve constraints are doing their job. Like, it shouldn't move up that much, but anyway. Okay. So I could just put in the actual design where it's the walking thing, but maybe I'll save that for tomorrow. We have the actual functionality of it. The functionality of it is mostly done. I'm just going to change the animation so that goes up considerably less. There we go. So if we do that, it's a little bit too high still, so let's bring it down. Oh, wait, why? So it seems to be moving just too fast as well. Like, do I just slow down the velocity transfer? Like, that should add in... There's still a little bit of wobble, but it's much more delayed. Like, if we want this to be gelatin, we set the velocity scale to 0.999, and we can see that it is doing that. Again, gelatin, but hey, it's alright. So, yeah. Oh, another thing that I have just rattling around in my brain, just to see. I am cooking. Please permit me to cook. We got stick bugged. Yes, you have. You've been stick bugged. Lol. Okay. So one thing that I might want to try to do is have, like, connecting pistons from here to there and there to there. I could do it in a couple ways. So I could just have a sample curve node, and we'll just have, yeah, that could work. Curve line. A curve line. Yes, this could work. Potentially, if the distances are the same. Interesting, I need to think. Well, yeah, it'll work. Okay, let's try set position node. So I'm just going to use this to set position, geometry, put this into here, get the spline parameter, and then multiply that by a bit, and then we're going to add that into a value of our choice. So if I do this, and then set this to be a very, very low value, and let's join the two together. Geometry, join geometry. And wait. I could do this in a smarter way, where I just take the pre-existing curves, resample them so that there's only two. Yeah, that's a better way of doing it. So that there's already the amount of curves that we want, and then the curve index will be index, evaluate on domain. We need this to be on the spline domain. There's better ways of doing this, but I'm just doing it the fast, dirty, and cheap way. There we go, factor. Okay. So we should see, there we go. And then we can just multiply, actually, I can just subtract and then multiply it in order to make it so that I can, yeah, okay. So we just place the curve where we want. So right there, and then I can determine, there we go, where that is. So I could add in pistons there. So that is good to know. And I can add in more. Actually, yeah, I could have a duplicate index. Wait, so duplicate elements. This is going to be really, really dumb. Really, really, really dumb. Really, 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 really dumb. But it'll work. So if we duplicate the elements, then get the duplicate index, I can go and use a map range value. Let's set it to be like 5. I can make it so that we have pistons equidistantly spread out throughout the rig. So a dynamic amount, so I could have 60 of those running, in theory. Oh, wait, okay, no, I need to capture the, I need to capture the index for it to work. So let's just set that to be a spline. I need to capture it before I duplicate it so that, there we go. There we go. Wow, that's actually a bit more interesting than I thought it would look, but hey, I am not complaining. Like, see that's cool. Then I can do, like, I could just make it so that it connects like that. Well, that's a cool little skin right there for it. So all those could be pistons. I could turn those curves into pistons. I have a setup for that already. I'm surprised and a little bit disappointed that this actually worked as well as it did. But hey, if it works, it's not stupid. Well, if it works, it could still be stupid, but it works and it's stupid, so you know. You can use the spline parameter or the endpoint selection. Either or would be fine. I'm just gonna go and I'll just put this into frame. So let's just go and move. Yeah, it is a bit of a bummer that this is packed here, but it's fine. There we go, and then that. It's a mess of wires. I wish it could be less of a mess, but hey, the spaghetti is going to spaghetti, whether you want it to spaghetti or not. Actually, yeah, let's try to make it at least look a tad better. Not by much, but there we go. Still not great. Like, if I were to get rid of the duplicates and then just put in one at a time, which would be the smarter play, it would work. It would work, and it would be such a simpler setup. Anyway, that part now functions as intended. Let me save this as well. Put this into a frame. We don't need all those other inputs, so I'm just going to go and hide all those. There we have it. Yeah, so not the most elegant solution, but it does function. Here we go. Interesting. So this kind of looks like a muscle fiber kind of thing. And this could also be a plane. Like, I could spawn in a plane for every single curve in the system. It would be very nice to do with a for each loop, but we don't have that luxury. So, yeah. What else was I going to say? It is so funny that it tries doing that. Okay. So we have a minute and a half left. So I'm going to put in the regular stuff. So I want to have, let's just put in like a basic shape for the start points of all the meshes. So in this case, okay, let's just do a classic hard surface design where it's like that, maybe do a little bit of this. Dun-da-da. Or no, not like that. We could do better. Actually, no. Like that. Yeah, just a little bit of hard surface design. You know the drill. Not great hard surface design, mind you. Just good enough. Another one there, another one there. Then I think it needs some more either bevels or just move these parts up. Maybe, yeah, maybe bevels would look nice. Maybe I could just have them be procedural bevels. That might be a smarter play. It's just doing that. Yeah, let's put in the procedural bevels. Bevel. There we go. Not quite as nice as I was hoping for. But, yeah, it's not too bad. Okay, looks like we have some Engons over there. Not gonna complain too much about them, but I will fix them. So I want to make it so that it will get either a bit skinnier at the end here or larger. Perspective. So do. There we go. Let's see now. And I don't like how that is just even right there, so just do a little thing like that. You know, nothing too special, but something, again, functional. It's now 9 o'clock. We are past 1 hour. Okay, let's make this quick. Maybe more like that. Yeah. Uh-oh. Please tell me I did not do that, undo that point. Okay, it's back. Oof. Yeah, I'll need to take another course in hard surface design because this is definitely not that great. Let's just do that, and then there, and right there. Yeah, I do want to do a stream where I just do hard surface, like, robot modeling again. Eh. Here, maybe I could still make this salvageable. That. Well, that's weird. That is a very weird result. Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe because there's no connecting. I'm splitting hairs here over a temporary asset that I will 100% replace. But details. I love the details. Even though, again, this isn't great details. They are mediocre at best. All right. When is the for each loop supposed to come out? No estimated time of arrival. I'm hoping that will be in 3.4, but all I know is that there's a prototype, and there's been no development on that prototype in maybe a month. Like, the... let's see. Yeah, I don't know why I'm splitting hairs on this. Maybe because... yeah, there's no need for this. Okay, good enough. It's functional. That's all I need. And of course, the space is local, so let's change the local view to be non-local. I don't know why that exists, if I'm being honest. Okay, now let's just make a simple system to, well, hopefully, simple system to instance this on a certain point along the curve. So let's make this more generalized. Spline parameter equal. The modifier subpanels are supposed to be coming. They just ran out of time for that. Those are supposed to also be coming in 4.1. So I hope they will, but I'm very hesitant about holding my breath for those things because, well, we've gotten delay after delay after delay when it comes to that. Like, the simulation nodes bug fix still needs to be done. Should have been done in, let's see, align Euler to, or, no, I could just make this according to the curve tangent. But it would be a little bit inaccurate. I don't know, align. So there are bugs that need to be fixed, like the simulation zone bug, which should have been done before 4.0 came out, because that still just a tad upset about that. It broke 2 weeks before the beta was... It came out 2 weeks before Blender 3.6 came out. And that should have been a high priority thing. But I digress. Actually, instead of... Here, I'll just throw a rotate Euler on the end of this. I'll just throw a rotate Euler on the end of this so that I can just reorient it. So rotate Euler. So there's a lot of stuff in the backlog. Currently, the only thing that I know is, like, actively being developed at the moment. Hello. Is... Okay, that does seem to be working. So I could just make it so that that spawns on every single part of this, but I want this to look better. Okay, so also maybe I should go and orient this at least semi-correctly. So rotation, I'll just make it so that it's like this. For here, I'll just make it so that it'll end up okay. So here we have that, which, oh, it won't even show up correctly because of the way I set it up. Again, I need to actually design a version of this. Right now we're on overtime, so yeah. So now if I just take out this, should be good now. But yeah, there's a big backlog, and I hope, I really, really hope that the bug fixes and the planned, you know, subpanels actually being where people would see them parts, like in where GeoNode's users would see, I hope those make the cut for 4.1. For each loop, I would really like for that to come along, but so far they put out a roadmap, and the for each loop just straight up wasn't on it, so I'm concerned, like, either the prototype is almost ready to go, I know it's at least semi-functional, and they're just like, yeah, that one's pretty much done, we're just gonna fix it up a little bit before we send it out, or it's delayed, and they just haven't announced it yet. So, though during the Blender conference, I was told that quite often people would bring up issues, and the dev response would be, yeah, the for each loop will fix that. So here's to hoping that the for each loop will be a reality this year, which I know that's a big ask. Yeah, I just need to... I'm gonna draw that in 2D before I make the 3D version. Right now, I just need to make the... Oh, and why am I keyframing all this? Okay. Don't worry about it too much. I hope the for each loop does actually become a real thing. Yeah, don't design the stuff now. I can do that later when I have time, because right now we're on overtime. Dissolve edges, just, yeah. Make it on the local space, do this. There we go. Yeah. I'm just gonna simplify all this so that I don't, like, I need to remake this, not, like, soft start again. Or actually... That one there can stay. We have that one, then this one. Let's merge that one there. Just gonna go and put a bevel in here to make it kind of look almost like, kind of like a circle. Then maybe, yeah, I'm doing exactly what I said to not do, which is put in little details. But maybe it'll help me when I redesign it. Oh shoot, what? Oh dang, what was that from? Control B. But yeah, I hope the for each loop does actually exist. and will actually work. Will actually become a thing this year. So yeah, that's fine. And then with the third part, which again I need to make a generalized node for this. Let's go and select that, delete vertices. I kind of want this to be the other way around. So I could just go and do that. So we have something along these lines. But this, I want it to be smaller. Yeah. Like, the for each loop could just be straight up delayed. But I hope it's not. Like, new features are being added, like they're working on the VDB stuff and so on. So new features, not bug fixes, are happening. And since there is a prototype of the other thing there, I hope it'll actually exist. Okay. So something at least functional right there. It's a little too big. Okay. So I'm just going to make a group where I can easily just select, have an object, select which part of the curve it's on, and then it'll just work. Yeah, let's just go node, make group. Yeah, points, instance, point along the curve, scale, and no, that's fine. And then maybe a rotation thing after the fact, but again, should be fine. So let's just have a different object for, actually, you know what? Why have the object out of there like that when I could just go and put the object reference in here, and then just call it a day. This will be plain 01. Oh, I didn't put that in the points. Okay. Generalizing nodes. That's something that I learned from the Blender devs. And, yeah. And I want to implement it. Make nodes as general as possible so that you don't need to have a bajillion nodes, because we don't have a good way of putting, like, sub-nodes into geonodes just yet. Ooh, dang. I did not take into account that... Okay, that one does function. I'm not seeing... Wait, why? I thought I turned on the origins. There we go. There we go. So that'll be from the rotation. Whoa, yeah, something... Oh, is that because... Yeah, it is. Okay, looks like we need to make the tangent not the tangent. We need to go and build our own tangent. Let's just go into here. Copy you. Or... Oh, wait, I need to rename this to previous index. Previous index. Yep, that should work. But I will need to switch it to be... I could just put that into the node as another thing there. So if we do that, plug that into there, this will give us a better... Excuse me? Oh dang, it actually did scale to -1. Huh. Well, I could just do it again. So, yeah. Like, I was thinking just make it from the top down, but it looks like... Actually, I could just do a little switcheroo and say, hey, if there's no valid offset, like if it's on an endpoint, just automatically switch between the regular one and the negative one. Automation. I'm just a little annoyed that the regular tangent was not accurate enough. So we can see that part does seem to be working. Actually, wait. There's no valid offset. Then it should switch to be the Yeah, no. I'm doing this wrong. Wait, how's that actually working? Like, semi-working, I mean. It's having this be put into there. Oh, yeah, it keeps going up. So wait, did that actually work? So if I do that, that won't be right. If I do this... Yeah, no, that's very much broken. Okay, I'll just say, hey, you can decide whether it's previous or next. Offset ID. This will be, spawn index. Yeah. Yeah. I could still keep the other thing. I can just make this, all the ones that are kind of not working. No, that one needs to be -1. Okay. So that one, why? I'm a little confused with this thing. Like that one is pointing towards the next. This one maybe should point towards the previous. Okay, and then that one should point towards the previous. But why is that one in the negative? It should very much not be. We can see that. Okay, I tried generalizing it, but I think that was a big mistake. Because if I do that, then... Oh wait, they're all misaligned. Or are all of they? Are all of them misaligned? Doesn't really entirely look like it. The big one being this one, which why? Or why? Yeah, why would it... I'll figure it out. But what we can see here... Oh, wait. Wait, why is the curve normal all janky? That shouldn't be the case. Yeah, the curve normal should be just fine. It shouldn't be twisting with every single point. It should be consistent. I could just evaluate it on the spline domain and it should be consistent. Huh. That's odd. Unless, like, I pointed it towards the wrong axis? Maybe I should have the normal... I'll figure it out. But... it at least semi-works. The only one that freaks out is... Yeah, no, that one should go to that one. That one, wait. Maybe I just did this a little bit stupid. So this point should look towards the previous one, or is that the next? 0? Okay, no, that one's working. Okay. Maybe I just set this up in the dumbest... I did set this up in the dumbest way possible. Okay. I set it up in the dumbest... Yeah, this is why I don't do streams past 1 hour. Things go wrong. Things go wrong. And oh boy, did I make them go wrong. Okay. Can you make the curves visible so that we can see if they are misaligned? That might have been an old comment, but yes, I could. Now, let me put these into frames. This will be rotation. The less spaghetti throughout the entire node setup, the better. So if we just put all these close to each other. Here, let's just go and collapse these. And then put you all the way over here. So that we could offset it if we need to, but turns out it was me, my brain just being just a wee bit dumb. Okay. I don't like the twisting. That needs to be fixed. Actually, wait, I could set my own custom curve normal, which could just be forward. So let's set that to be y positive. Positive? Okay, that seems to work. Except they're still twisting. Why? Tell me why. Would it be hard to split the top points apart if you wanted the legs in the position of a dog? I mean, I could just have another mesh with the front ones having a different template. But, yeah. Actually, wait a minute. Oh, the simulation is not allowing for template stuff to happen. Okay. Did you read the issue report on the material sim nodes? A little while ago. Like, the last time I read it was, I think, when Blender 4, maybe a few weeks before Blender 4 came out. Oh, it's interesting. When it becomes too far, we can actually see the stretching between the points. Interesting. So, oh right, the last kind of thing that I want to add in is the hydraulics. I wish I could learn this stuff. It looks so complicated. It is partly because, like, I'm figuring stuff out. Once I figure it out, it becomes less complicated. With this, you have to do everything yourself, which is so incredibly fun. But once you actually get it working, it's not that bad. As I say, as I spent 3 hours trying to make portals inside of geometry nodes. But anyway, let's make this a value. So this is just so that we can get one piston in place. And I'll probably turn this into a group as well. So let's combine all of them just so that we can get those there. And yeah, let's turn this into a node group. Because I can make the pistons so that they can dynamically scale, as you would expect. And then I can make it so that there's more pistons within the system. So let's go and make another group. And then I think tomorrow, if I stream tomorrow, we'll be designing a good version of the Robo-Dog. I will need to make the physics better, because right now they're still a little bit iffy. And then maybe I could implement some custom physics, where some parts of the nodes don't have the constraints that I put in. But that is a story for another time. Okay, so if I use the simple curve to mesh, and then just make this be a curved circle. Oh, I could do this in one of the dumbest ways I know how. So I was thinking, oh, I'm just gonna instance cylinders where they should be. So here, let's also set the radius. I was thinking, oh, I'll just instance more objects on that curve, on the piston curve, so that would be good. Radius, that curve radius. So we have that. Let's set that to 0.1, just make it twice as thick. But, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trim the curve, turn up the scale, then join them together. Actually, I could literally, no, I'll keep them separate in case I want to swap the materials. So trim it so that the length is 0.2 or whatever I decide, like 0.1. There we go. So there we have pistons. In the dumbest way I know how to add them, but here they are added. But again, they will break if everything else breaks. Actually, maybe I should make the curved tangents. Or the normal point between here and here, and then this one here and here. I think that might be good. That might be a better way of making the rotations not as jank. That might be a good idea. Let's see. So I could just... Oh, as much as I hate doing this. Let's see. Yeah. I'll make it so that... Wait a minute. Let me think. Oh yeah, I'll just take the position, blur it, then subtract it by the original position. Subtract. So if we do all that, we should get something that's more consistent, which as we can see, it very much is. We're not getting that stupid twisting until it gets to like 0, when it starts actually just straight up breaking. But, okay, why, okay. Tell me why that's not working. I know why it's not working. Because it's blurring between that and that. There's no, like, yeah. Oh, if I blur it another time, then it actually does work. Except that... Okay. So, a few things. I should have this object. It's spawning from this, the endpoint, when it should be spawning from here. But... Huh. You know... Dang. When you think you get the one fix for everything, and then it's just like, no, wait, why? Excuse me, why did you think that was gonna work out? Yeah, I could just scale it by, again, do that invert for the rotation. I just check a box for the rotation to be inverted. Or I could just leave it like that. And as we can see, the rotations are now consistent. Just what I had for the Robo Dog here. Just a tad. Alright. So let's actually put these where they are visually. There we go. So if I align the stuff here, that happens. But that should be rotated by 180 in order to actually make it work. So if I do rotate this by 180, it works. Yay. But I do that. I really don't want to set like a... Actually, can I just do rotate instance? In local space. Oh my gosh, it actually works. Crisis averted. I just need to add in one big node rather than several, you know, inputs there. Crisis averted. Not that bad. Well, okay, it was pretty bad. Oh, and also, this one is not correct either. Huh. Wow, how did I not realize that? This one's just spun around the wrong way. I could just go and do. Actually, no, wait. Is it actually pointed the correct way? No, it very much is not. Maybe I should just add in a, like, final rotation fixer. There we go. Okay, that looks a bit better. Okay, but also I need to fix the piston on curve. Here, let's add in our inputs here. So you're fine. I'm not gonna change the radius. Because, again, I should make it so that this is just objects that instances, but I'm not going to worry. Oh, we're almost at an hour and a half. I can't help but going overtime on all this. Okay, I'm just going to place that there. I'm going to make the, yeah, I'll make the default 2.5. And then the default for the multiply, the kind of spread, or where the attachment points are, is also going to be 2.5. So this is position, then this is spread. 2.5. There we go. And then, yeah, the pistons are going to be the same, at least for now. So let's do this, have another piston. I'm just going to go and place you. Right. Actually, let's have you in a kind of normal-ish pose. So where would you be? There we go. You would be right in the middle, and then you would be like, maybe, I don't know, that's a big ask. Oh, wait, that just makes it look like there's like, I don't know, string there. So I could do something more along those lines, which looks a little better. Yeah, I could just make it lean a little bit more to one side or another. Then with this one, I'll just make you a lot smaller. There we go. So maybe I'll add in, you know, some little upgrades. So you are problematic, but let's make you a little bit less problematic. Yeah, just a little bit of design, you know. We're overtime already. I should do this off stream because it'll just be easier for me to focus on when I don't have to talk constantly. So we have that. Oh, that actually doesn't look half bad. Then you, no, that's way too skinny. But if I do something like this, come on, you can. Okay, I'll just do it manually. Because I want it, well, that's more of a hoof rather than a... Yeah, that's more of a hoof rather than an actual thing, like a paw or something along those lines. And I also want to make a dynamically working, like, foot placement setup. But again, another time, not today. So that's fine. And, oh, maybe I could put, like, a cutout in the middle here. Again, so much for not working on the details, do that another time. But, hey, why not? And I could always just remove that. Is that a good idea? No, it's, actually, putting it up higher might be a good idea. But no, not at this current time. Yeah, I need to actually design, again, draw it in 2D before actually implementing it. Let's add in a circle. Set so that's like 18 polygons. Put it so that it's at 0, 0, 0, scale it down, rotate it by 90 degrees on the, there we go, that axis. Put you here. You should turn on the mirror modifier to make it better. But, it's okay. And I also need to add in... the smooth by normals thing got kind of chopped out. That was there last time I was using... Well, I did upgrade to the newer version of 4.1. No, that needs to be bigger. It needs to be at the actual rotation point. Just checking the placement, yeah. And then, yeah. So it needs to look better than that. So we don't want you. You didn't look great. Maybe this should be a different, like another asset, because so that I can actually mirror it and then put it in the main one, but oh well. Okay, so where's it looking really, really bad? Let's fix that. not looking as bad, but that part that's jutting out a bit I need to fix. So this part I could fix up a little bit. Oh wait, the rotation place is wrong because, yeah, okay. Just need to do that. Just move you closer to where you actually are. There we go. Yeah, that bottom wheel's not looking great at all. But maybe I can just have it like kinda there. Actually, where's the actual curve? Is that one? Oh, okay. Ah, that explains a good amount of why it was acting a little bit weird. Let's also double check. Let's make this local space. Okay, yeah, it is mostly in the right place. But that means this will be rotating from here. Which that is a bit more accurate to what's actually happening there. So maybe I do just go and move this so that's covering up the joint part there. Oh dang, wait. Wait, what? Oh, I deleted that. Whoopsie. Just go and put you over here. And what the heck, I'll just scale this down by even more. Just so that's not that visible. Again, I'm going to be redoing the entire thing, but just can't help it be, you know, just a slight, like, tiniest bit better. Wait a minute. Why can I see that? Oh, is that? Oh, dang, that's still... That's the way it was. Okay, that explains a lot. Okay, let's just go and do something like that. Dissolve vertices, dissolve vertices. Dissolve vertices. Wait, what? Oh, that one was deleted as well. Dissolve vertices, devolve, Yeah, combine this with the mimic could be cool. That would be interesting to try to combine it with the mimic, having a dynamic number of legs, but it could happen. It could. And yeah, that doesn't look right. Maybe if it's inset instead. Nope, that doesn't look great either. Okay, let's, I just want it to look good enough for posting it tomorrow. Yeah, that seems to be good enough quality. But then you are still an issue, so let me just go and scoot you up a bit more. Then you, I can move up. Okay. Yeah, now it won't be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, there we go. So the pistons, like that one, is super weak. I should probably do a radius multiplier, or actually, yeah, I could just set a... Yeah, that'll effectively be a radius multiplier right here. There we go. Radius, I'll just make that just a little bit beefier. Also, I'll set the factor to be half for the trim curve. Oh, dang, I didn't realize how far up that one went. Yikes. Let's scale that one down. Then move you like that. There we go. So now the piston will always go to halfway, which might not look... Yeah, I should have objects so doing this so that'll be good, but this is fine. Oh, and also, one kind of last thing that I should have dealt with before. This should not be all combined like that. I should have the location as an offset. Like that, but they're little problem. Let's go and set up the legs in a better fashion. So let's just go. Actually, I should mirror the setup. Bisect, or no, we don't need bisect. Mirror axis should be this. Yeah, so we have that. There we go. And then, oh wait, yeah, let's make the, having a whale of a time with this. So let's just go and move this closer towards the center. Actually, since I animated the empty, and it's kind of locked in that place now, let's just go and move you so that you're, closer to the actual empty. Actually, let's make the start position a bit closer. Yeah, there we go. So now we have that. Also that, actually, wait a minute. Oh wait, I forgot to... Yeah, okay. I set this up kind of dumb. But there we go. That just gets the kind of offset correct. So it's a bit better. Yeah, I just need to make, like, this part better. Like, maybe a cutout there. Wait, but I already put that here. Let's do the knife tool. I don't use that enough. Where's cut through? C is cut through, so that's on. Just go, then. And then, there are dedicated tools for this, but, just boolean, knife cut boolean, all that. Wait, oh yeah, knife cut boolean, is that, yeah, that should be a thing. Yeah, just do that, and then, yeah, that makes it, that's a little much. So let me just tone it down by a little bit. There we go, bit better. I'll just move this part up a bit more. There we go. And I just need to make it so that it doesn't stretch beyond that point. Like, I do want to make this better so that the kind of this, trying to do rigging and all that. But I want to make it so that there's, like, one, I want to make this work on a big object rather than the little kind of wimpy objects that we currently have. Let's go and turn up the jello. There we go. So here, yeah, we're very much getting that kind of jello look. That's very funny. Yeah, that's funny. It's funny how I haven't focused nearly as much on the physics as I really should have. But yeah, let's set that to 0.9. Now again, the creature's not walking, which is probably the majority of the issue. Like, I'm trying to... It looks like Jello because, well, what creature wobbles that much when they're just, like, shifting their weight from one foot to another? Yeah. So it is cool to see that the IK... well, I should label this curve IK constraints, because that's what I'm trying to do at the very least. Yeah. And also, I want to try once more to resample the curve. Let's put 10 joints in there and see how it, yeah, it's having a whale of a time. Just for curiosity and funny. There we go. We can see, yeah, it's kind of working. Like, it's trying to go back to its original position, which is planned. But it's funny how it kind of just devolves into curve joints. Wait, is this how I should do hair simulations? Well, I do need to make it better. But I need to keep that in mind. Huh. I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, and also let's try just like 2 of them. Oh. No, 3 points, which equals 2 of those. So we can see there that, yeah, it is functioning. Yeah, it looks like IK joints. Now let's try 5 points. Here we go. So I could make a creature that does that. Oh, that would be cool. So what it sees is that, which is, again, cool. So it does that. It's just doing the stretching, no, like, joint stuff. But then after the actual simulation side, it does that. And we can see it's freaking out because, the curves don't match. That's something to think about. I really want to put in the stepping motion, which I could do. I could just transfer it from another file. We have time. We have time. Okay. Bear with me while I go and find the setup for that, which is just like a little walking creature. Okay. It'll be a little bit because I need to sift through all of my simulation projects. Let's see. Sim project. Let's see. Walking creature sim. Simple. Oh, wow. That was incredibly easy to find. Naming conventions, folks. They work. Okay, yep, wow. Yep, that actually works. Okay. Okay. So I have a setup that will make points. Should I have this as another file, or... Yeah, I'll just copy the necessities over. Oops, and let me paste it into here. Move into another collection. So we have our base there. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. The scale should be fine as well. Okay. Let me turn the screen back on again so that you all can see my wonderful and terrifying creations. So here we are, where we have all these points falling there. The one thing that I still need to do is just extrude these points here. Let's have 4. Oh, and another thing is that I could make as many versions of this as I want, but that would be terrifying. So let's not do that. Oh, and there we have, yeah, the midpoint being done, but I don't want a complex midpoint. I just want that version. Yeah, and I could just combine that into the main one. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, this was because of a bug. I remember that. Oh, that still hurts. For the longest time, there was a bug where you just straight up could not extrude while using like after using the simulation zone, or it would straight up crash. So yeah, that was fun. That was fun. So let's take advantage of our hopefully non-crashing version to curve. There we go. So I'm just gonna use set position node. So fewer nodes, which means better. So if we do that, we should now have yeah, no, top. There we go. I thought I connected that. Oh well. So now we have all that happening, and I can just move that part up. Change the offsets, do whatever I want, make it be a mix. There will need to be a better version of that, but let's just try this version out. Now let's add in the T1.01. Oh, and I forget that this converts into, yeah, okay. So we don't even need to convert it to curve. And we're running out of music. That's how we know that I've been doing this for too long. Um. Oh wait, I'm just gonna. Okay. Oops. I'm already breaking things again. Oh god. Oh no. Oof, that is, a little more than I was bargaining for. I need to turn down the kind of stepping size. Oh wait, I need that. Okay. Let's put the kind of median point for the midpoint part there. You know, just do that. Better. Okay, stepping size. Let's make that smaller. Limiter, there we go. Loop time amounts. No, let's set this to 0.5. Oh, and this one is still, yeah, that one. So, yeah, that one still broken. So let's go and enable the bells and whistles to... Oh my goodness! As we can see, working... Oh, there we go. Okay. Still having walking a little funny. Let's do that. Let's make it so that I can walk for longer. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Yikes. Yikes. That's something. God. Oh, oh. That's making my stomach turn. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's doing what it's supposed to. Maybe it is just supposed to be a, like, kind of awesome, to be honest. Relative, well, people have different standards. Here, I'll make it so that lane, like, just so that the midpoint isn't exactly, 0, 0. Just give it a little, oh my goodness. I have made abominations before, but what is this? Okay, also, maybe I should do this. The stepping amount is too much. And now it's too little. Let's hit that Goldilocks equation. This will be, IK legs. Let's see. 3 joints IK. Yeah, that's good enough. Wait, did the simulation just break? It's, simulation might have just broken. It's, just straight up not doing its thing anymore. Oh, is it because I renamed the... Oh, wait, it seems to be working now. Okay. Just needed... Okay, so when I renamed the file, when the cache clear happened, it did not like it. Here, let's put a floor here so that we can see. As much as the horror movie version I kind of dislike as a primal gut reaction, I will say that's one way of showing your progress. What did I just come back to? Science. Making abominations that in no world should exist. But hey, that's what we're here for. To make those abominations. I also realized with my current IK setup, I can, like, almost make a resistance factor to which ones move more or move less. I think what's really weirding me out is that this is like a humanoid style of thing. Actually, wait, I just figured out something. I can take the original geometry, scale it. Oh, yeah. Transform it, and then sample index so that I can place the size correctly without things going haywire. Position index. You see, when we do go over time, which actually I'm going to end the stream before we get to 2 hours, just as, you know, good habit and such. I'll do that, and then I'll do this so that we can have that in a better place. I said a better place. Why, wait, why is that not offsetting? Yeah, no, it is. Oh, yeah, that's why. I forgot to actually scale it down. Wait, what? Yeah, that part is moving. Then it's sampling the index and then putting it there. Huh? Yeah, why is it, did I change it in some way? What did I do wrong? Oh, because the... Yeah, yeah. Yep. Because the tops there, the indices are now changed. Okay. So essentially what I need to do is get the offset between there and the current position and then feed it into the offset. There we go. Little bit dumb, but hey, it figured it out. Let's put you in here. Yeah, so now what this means is that I can go and scale this and it'll stay the same distance away. Rather than the previous one where it was like, no, we're gonna just do our own thing. And I can still do the end offset and all that, so let's do this. Yeah, it's a bit messy, but I'll make a better version later. Okay, we still have time. So let me raise it up to a good height. Now, if we do this, we can now see it will no longer, like, really overextend. I also need to... Maybe I need to also make it so that the initial joints when they spawn in... Oh no, those are fine. Yeah. So with all the constraints in physics, we have that happening. I can get rid of you. Even though, like, seeing the wire version of all that walking around is cool. It's a bit unnecessary. Well, maybe I could just put it into the node group. That is so cursed. So cursed. And I could make it more cursed. Do you want me to do that? I'll just try this out really quick, because, you know, we could add... We're not limited to just 4 legs. We can do as many as we want. Perfection. Okay, okay, oh, the sim broke. That'll be all for today. Yes, the classic. Here, I'm just gonna go and reload the file. I'm gonna save it, reload it, file, open. There we go. It's back. Thank you all for watching. Let me go and delete the other extra points there. Thank you all for watching my horrendous experiments. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope I hope you were able to learn something. I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.